In the mountains of northern Spain, there still lives a legend. All the inhabitants of the Atlantic forest know that the mist conceals the most successful super predator in the northern hemisphere. Ancient Celtic peoples called it the spirit of the storms, and even today, no one here doubts the supremacy of the hunter of the winds. The Mountains of the Wolf. The Cantabrian and Pyrenees mountains of Spain have always marked the lives of both wolves and man. These foothills have seen innumerable battles, from Roman legions to Knights Templar, weaving a history of both blood and myth. Time and legend have turned the wolf into much more than a simple predator, making it a symbol of worship, almost a supernatural creature. These forests became the refuge of the superstitions of old Europe. The pilgrims making their way to Santiago frequently came across wolves whose mere presence inspired terror, leading them to identify the animal with the devil. But the wolf remains here, faithful to the mountains, sniffing the air with his head held high. His canine sense of smell gives him information on what is happening in his domain. He saturates his fur with strong odors. The reason for this is a mystery, though some believe it is a way of communicating to his companions. The social organization of wolves is complex, expressed through a code of postures. The rank of each individual is strictly defined, and they must show submission whenever a superior approaches. The gestures of inhibition towards the leader maintain peace in the community. This ritualization channels aggression between powerfully armed animals, therefore avoiding fights. No one wants to wound a hunting companion, because in order to bring down large prey, they need all the fangs they can get. A wolf picks up a familiar scent. It is the unmistakable smell of deer. Immediately, they all interpret the gestures and understand perfectly, just by looking at each other, that it is time to hunt. They know that the key to success lies in evaluating the vulnerability of potential prey and acting swiftly. Many thousands of years ago, wolves abandoned direct pursuit, replacing it with ambush tactics. The predator observes their prey, looking for the slightest indication of weakness. The intelligent killer knows how to size up the situation. He recognizes the signs. According to lore, the gaze of the wolf paralyzes the victim and prevents it from running by freezing its blood. But that tale is merely myth. The wolves have the deer running in the direction they want. Now, it's simply a method of prolonged, sustained hounding at just the right speed to ensure they expend as little energy as possible. A wolf can keep running for hours thanks to its large thoracic cavity, small claws, and incredible stamina. Sooner or later, one of their prey will make a mistake. The last mistake of its life. Coordinated hunting is one of the greatest evolutionary successes of the wolves and is the result of their complex communication methods. The victim has no way out. Alone, separated from the herd, its possibilities of surviving are simply nil. It is literally going to be thrown to the wolves. Though the actual killing is the responsibility of the chief of the clan, the rest of the group helps him to hold down the prey, immobilizing it. Now, the leader must impose his authority. The privilege of being the first to eat is his, but the hearts of the pack are pounding, intoxicated with the thrill, the aggression of the chase. And it is not easy for them to suddenly lower their pulse rates. With a look, the alpha male marks the distance. They will all respect the hierarchy, at least for the time being. The packs are dynamic units, always in the process of change. The incorporation of new members can give rise to saturation, which may endanger the established order. Some sub-adults find it increasingly difficult to accept the authority of the dominant couple. They are impetuous adolescents whose strength is growing. They will always be ready to step over the thin line that separates submission from attack. The alphas are constantly put to the test,